really helping to push smaller creators. And I know this for a fact, and I know this for myself personally. Now I've been hearing this and watching and coming across other videos from other, content creators, and I'll post a couple of the different content creators that I've heard this from, and I want to say that it is 100% true. I would say about a month ago, because it was definitely I want to say it might have been actually probably a little bit more than a month ago. It was around the holiday season. I'm not sure if it was in December or it might have been the end of November going into December. But I have been wanting to do YouTube and wanting to become more consistent with YouTube for years, for the longest. If you go through my channel, I still have all of my, my old videos still posted. It's not a lot, it's just a few. And I had always been telling myself, you're going to get on YouTube, you're going to be consistent. This is the year. And I would do one video, maybe record two, or I'll record some content and then never post it. So this year, as I was kind of strolling through YouTube videos, and I'm just kind of watching. Now, what I'm seeing, or what I was seeing, were two different things. I saw a lot of the really polished videos with the editing and the transitions and the word scrolling and text and music. Like, I saw a lot of the videos that we're used to seeing being pushed out. And then because I'm constantly on YouTube. And then I started to see a little bit of a shift. I started seeing videos with people kind of, with this type of a background. They're sitting in their car and they're just talking. They're being real. They're being vulnerable. They're, kind of just having a conversation with the camera as if someone is sitting there with them. And I'm like, okay, that's different, because I'm seeing that these people are getting views. And a lot of time what I would do is I would click on a video, and if the topic sound good, I'll listen to the video kind of full out while I'm doing other things, kind of like if you were listening to a podcast. So I'm like, okay, but that didn't really encourage me or move me to kind of do or post anything. What happened was, I'm gonna tell you what really happened, where did it for me. I made a reel, or I would say it was a TikTok, video that I made, and I used CapCut. So it was like just a few seconds long, and you can see it in my YouTube shorts section. And it was just a quick video. I had been in Marshall's and I was recording, all of the Christmas decoration in Marshall's, because I love to go to Marshall's. And as I'm recording the information, or recording the video, I got back and I'm like, scrolling through CapCut, and I came across a little, template, and I put my video in the template, and then I posted it on TikTok, I believe. And it did a little something. And then I also shared it on my Facebook, and it did a little something. And I don't know, the thought just came to my mind, like, put it on YouTube Shorts. And I'm like, okay, I'll put it on YouTube Shorts, because I don't really have much of a follower or following, or I don't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube. So, hey, somebody might like it. And when I tell y'all, the short, I mean, every time I went into my YouTube analytics app, the view count kept going up. And then it kind of went, if you want to call it viral or semi, viral. And right now that short is sitting at 11,000 views. And those 11,000 views came in a matter of days. And I'm like, hold on. Wait a minute. And so I started kind of like, I didn't think too much of it. I'm like, hey, this must be a thing. Like, let me do a little bit. Let's do a little bit more. And so I posted a few other, they didn't really do, too much. But at that point, the seed had been planted. And I'm like, okay, it might be something to this. So I'm on YouTube and I come across a video of this guy. I think his name is Dante something. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just gonna put it on the screen somewhere. And in his video, he's full of excitement, and he's talking about how he'd been trying YouTube for so long. And YouTube, he wasn't the first one I did hear say this, but it was his video that kind of intrigued me. Is he, he's like, YouTube is paying small creators. They're really helping small creators, grow. And I'm listening to him, and he was saying, listen, this is what you need to do. Get into the video. Talk about this topic. Talk about YouTube and how YouTube is helping, smaller creators to grow. And me, myself, if I'm going to do something, I don't want to do it just because everybody else is doing it. But turn the lights on because I think it's kind of getting a little dark. I don't want to do it because everybody else is doing it, but I want to do it because I can also speak to that. And so I'm watching the videos, and he's saying what he's saying. He's like, just talk to the people. He said or suggested sharing a day in the life of, like, you can share a day in the life of, what you do for work or what you do at home. Just share. People want to see real. They want to see authenticity. It's not all about, all of the it's even gotten, and if you've noticed this, I want you to put it in the comments like, yeah, I have been seeing that. Even when it comes to thumbnails, it's getting to where you're not even seeing everyone with these picture perfect thumbnails and the, graphic in the thumbnail. Like, that's cool. That's good. But right now, I feel like it might be, well, one thing is, of course, there are some changes that have been made to the YouTube algorithm. And what I would say is that I'm very appreciative and excited to see where this is going to go when it comes to YouTube helping smaller creators to push out their content. I think that's amazing. I think that that's great, because if you think about where we are in this day and age, people are looking for ways to bring in more income. I have this conversation with people all the time because I've had several businesses. I have businesses now. And when I talk to other people, it's like, they're saying, hey, my 9-to-5 is not enough. I need to bring in multiple streams. And a lot of people now, they're consumers. They're consumers of content, but they don't really want to get into the content creation game for whatever the reason is. So I've been able to talk to some people. I had a conversation with a family member last night, and we were having the same conversation, we were talking about the same thing, how if you know something, here's the thing, it's not even really about being an expert. You should be an expert or close to an expert, but think about it like this. Even if you're a 5 in information, you know more than somebody who's a 2 or a 1, right? Meaning that you have something that you can give. You have something that you can share. You have something that you can offer. And the way that YouTube is helping push out smaller creators, you can share that information, share that knowledge, because YouTube is going to help push it out to the people who need to hear it. Make sense? So when you combine the two, YouTube is helping push out new creators. YouTube is helping push out smaller channels, and take advantage of that and couple it with, I have this information I really want to share. I see people running into this issue all the time. For example, the family member I was speaking to has been in car sales for years. Most people, when they go to a car dealership, your average person, they usually have their flags up or their walls up. They're defensive a little bit. They think the salesman is going to try and get over on them. But if you are someone, you've been a salesman, you've helped people get into cars, even subprime, people who have less than ideal credit, get into good cars. You've also helped business people start, their fleet companies. You know more than the average person. They need to know so that they can be empowered, so that when they do step into a dealership and they're working with a salesman, they know what to say. They know how to negotiate. They know how to set themselves up. I'm just like, hey, give the people what they need. And here's the thing. Some people are going to want to hear from you. They're not going to want to hear from this person. They may not want to hear from someone who's speaking with the polished words, and they're articulating every single word. They're using this big fancy language. Some people want to just hear it plain. Just plain, plain old speak. Some people are going to relate to your content, your story, what you have to say. Why have we been holding back? And I noticed that when I saw that a lot of people were starting to post content on YouTube that wasn't so picture perfect, that wasn't so, aesthetic or aesthetically pleasing, although there is a place for that, because there are some channels, I tell you, I can watch hours and hours of those cleaning videos. I love to watch them. But I can't think of her name, but I heard this one, she's really big when it comes to, the pretty house or home aesthetics and cleaning videos and organizing videos. And I heard her say it takes her hours. She doesn't have a team. She's just a team of one, but it takes her hours and hours to edit the content. And to be honest, me where I am right now, I have a family. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I have a job, I have businesses, I'm active in my local church. I don't have time to spend hours and hours and hours editing content, at least not right now. So what can I do? I can turn on this camera, I can press record, and I can come and talk to you all and encourage you to get on YouTube and post the content while they are helping you. Apparently, or I just watched a video and heard a gentleman say that YouTube has a designated or a dedicated team of people whose responsibility is solely to push small creators. So this is not just hearsay. It's not just, I noticed they literally updated their algorithm for this purpose, because the more we see, we as in smaller channels see that our content is being pushed out, the more we are encouraged to bring more content to the platform. So it's a win-win. So when it's a win-win for everyone, everyone's making money. YouTube's making money, because once you get monetized, right, there's more videos for them to promote and push the ads to, or the ad, to run ads on. And then you're encouraged to continue to create content. And guess what happens after you keep creating content over and over and over again? You get better at it. Now you can integrate the aesthetic background, the fancy editing, the wonderful, picturesque, thumbnails. But if you're discouraged because your videos, really not getting no motion, or your videos not getting any traction, you may leave the platform and go put your content on TikTok, or go and put your content on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere else other than YouTube. So when you think about it like that, you're like, okay, let's take advantage of what's happening right now. Turn on your camera. Right now, I'm using my rear facing camera. And the reason why I'm using my rear facing camera is because it helps me to look at the lens. It helps me to look as if I'm looking at you and my eyes aren't looking over here because I'm looking at my face. I can look at the camera because it's as if the camera has two eyes and a nose, because I have the iPhone and it's like a camera here, here, and there. So it's as if I'm looking at someone who's looking back at me with eyes. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what's helping me, right? So I cleaned off. Let me show you what I used. The same thing I use to clean my glasses, I use this to clean my lens, because let's just be honest, in this day and age, even if the content is amazing, no one is going to want to sit and watch blurry videos. No, I have a microphone, but I have my AirPods in, because I don't have the attachment to connect my microphone to, but I have my AirPods in so that you all can kind of hear me a little bit better. So I have my little microphone here, and it works pretty good. I have another microphone too, but I like that one better because it's smaller. So now we have the visual, we have the sound, right? The topic right now is how YouTube is helping smaller creators, smaller channels grow and get monetized and make money. This is another stream of income. And guess what? After I finish this video, I'm not editing anything. I'm going to put in some of those different, channel names, because I do want to give them credit. I'm going to put that in. But after that, I'm not chopping. I'm not cutting. I'm not trimming. I'm going to put it out there because I I know it's going to, people are going to be able to watch, people are going to watch it, right? So we have those three things. Here's another thing. This video, my purpose of giving this video is to give you value, right? And people are going to perceive value in different ways. Value is different for everybody. I can give you one tip, and to somebody, that was the only reason why, or the only thing they needed to hear in the whole video. Some people are going to need to hear 3 or 4 tips, right? So the value here is, I know it works because I just accidentally posted it. It was my first YouTube short. I just accidentally posted a short, and the first short was 11,000 views, and I gained like, within a day. It might not seem like a lot to some, but you need to know that this is realistic. Here's a very realistic number. I posted that one short, and I went from 23 or so followers or subscribers to 45 in like a day. And I said, people don't follow this channel for this, you know? And so the value here is, whatever I'm saying, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard it. You just need someone who's real to tell you to do it as well. Stop with the excuses. When you finish watching this video, go somewhere relatively quiet so that the sound can be good. We can hear you. If you got to hold your phone up like this, hold your phone up and press record. Tell us about your day. Tell us about your life, where you work. How is that going for you? What in your life are you looking to change? What in your life is going well? Like, people want to hear real stories. For example, I'm sitting here in my car. I told my kids, I was trying to catch the sun before the sun went down, but I'm here in Arizona, and it's like, when a certain time hit, the sun goes down, like it clocks out. Like, I see y'all tomorrow. But I'm like, I wanted to do this video, and I hope it's not like super dark. But turn this on. But I told my kids, I was like, y'all go in the house, I need to record this video. We just got back from seeing the movie Sonic. I just saw the movie Sonic with my girls, and it was something I wanted to do with them. I wanted to get them out the house. They're getting ready to go back to school off of break, and I wanted to, just kind of take them out get them out the house. I said, y'all go in the house, let's sit here, let me get this done real quick. Guess what? That's my life as a mom. I'm not the only mom that does this, right? But right now, I might be one of just a few who decided to record this video. That's the same thing with you. That's the same difference that you will make. There are many people like you. The only difference between them and you is the decision that you're going to make to, after you watch this video, go and record your own. So what I want you to do is, I want you to subscribe. If you've made it this far in the video, I really want you to subscribe, but I'm not going to tell you to subscribe. You can subscribe if you want. I would suggest you subscribe so that you can also see realistically somebody who started here and grew. Because if I can do it, or if I have the potential to do it, so can you. So that you can continue to come back and see, oh, wow, it's actually working. Because a lot of times these things will happen, and then you'll look back and be like, I didn't think it can happen to me though. Like, oh my gosh. And if you watch the video of the guy and his girlfriend, that's what they're saying. Like, we didn't know that it can happen to us though. And you're seeing their lives change right before our very eyes. Because I started watching, and I actually subscribed to their channel sometime in December. Today is January the I think it's the 4th or 5th. I think. No, the first was Wednesday, and it is now Saturday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd. It's the 3rd? Oh, wow. So today is the 3rd. So it's only been maybe a little less than a month that I found their YouTube video, or it might have been a month. And just kind of watching their story, I'm like, I'm subscribing because I want to see the journey. I want to see the journey, and I want you all to see my journey as well. I'll be watching your journey. If you let me know if you subscribe, I'm going to come and subscribe to you. But here's the thing too. I want to see what you have to offer. What do you have to say? Because here's one thing. You don't want a lot of people following you just for the sake of following you. If you're going to follow me, I want you to follow me, or subscribe, should I say, because it's YouTube. It's different. Subscribe because of the value, because of the information, because you're getting something. You know, I'm not so self-absorbed to think that you're here just because you like how I look or something like that. No, people are thinking about what can they get from taking these 20 some odd minutes or however long the video is, taking that precious valuable time of their life that you can't get back. And they want to know if they can walk away with something being added to their life, right? So there are things that I talk about all the time. I love to talk about business. I love to talk about finances. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Arizona. I've had several successful or mid-successful businesses that I love to talk about, and just kind of talk on YouTube or post videos on YouTube talking about things that I talk about in my everyday life. I'm constantly having strategy calls with small business owners all the time. So that's what I'll be bringing to the platform and things that I'll be talking about. But ultimately, I really feel like this is the time. If you've never considered doing it before, do it now. If you second guessed, throw that out the window, throw it out the door. Get on this platform and change your life. What do you have to lose? Really, what do either of us, what do you have to lose? What do I have to lose? Nothing. At least you'll be able to sit and say, I gave it a try. I tried it and it worked. Really. So I don't know. I'm not here to convince anybody, but like I said, I would suggest that you follow along or you subscribe so that you can see the journey, so that you can be like, okay, let me go back to that girl, that I subscribed to and see where she is. If you can post a video a day, do a video a day. And it's easier if you post a video a day if you're not doing all that editing. You'll get to the place where you'll be able to edit. As of right now, you need to build up the confidence of getting in front of the camera and speaking and talking. Me, myself, there are things I know that it's not perfect, but it's done. It's done. Sometimes done is better than perfect. And that's what's wrong with our society right now, or just what we see put in front of us on social media. Now everything is so curated and edited. People's lives. People do not live edited lives. But if on these social media platforms, it will have you thinking that that's how people living for real. No, it's not. It's not. And in my home, I have an aesthetic home. I have an aesthetic kitchen and bathroom and all of that. And guess what? I'll be like, dang, it's looking a little messy. I got to clean this up before. And guess what? Just that thought, like, oh man, I have to make it look better than what it already is. Oh, I got to clear off my kitchen counters. No, I use my coffee pot. I use my air fryer. I be using my stuff. That's why it's on the counter. I don't want to have to clear the whole thing just to make a video then put it all back again when I'm ready. Y'all gonna see the real and the raw. And here's the thing, like I said, there is gonna come a time where you can give the more, professional, the more polished and aesthetic and articulate. If that's what you want to do, you can do that. But it'll be like being somebody that you're really not, because that's not the person who you really are. Now, how you choose to show up is how you choose to show up. But it's easier to show up as yourself because people can see through what's authentic and what's not. We're smart enough to know that ain't real. Now there are days where, especially if you're someone who code switch, you this way right now, but when you get that phone call at work, that customer service call or whatever it is, you're, hello, hi, thank you, nice, thank you for calling, how can I help you? You're a code switch, so I get it. But right now, this is a place to be vulnerable. This is a place to be your true, authentic self. That's what people are really going to be looking to connect with and relate with. Like, I really listen to what this person has to say. So again, the videos are clear. They're not blurry, right? Like I said, I use this little wipe, the same wipe I use to wipe my glasses with, and I clean my lens, right? I have my AirPods in, but I do have a microphone so that you all can hear me And hopefully I'm not like screaming and yelling because I kind of get excited when I'm talking about something that I'm a little bit passionate about, right? We have the topic, what we're talking about, YouTube growth, an extra stream of income. If you just stick it out for a little while, right, you'll see the growth, right? And then, because you have to not only hit subscriber accounts or subscribe counts, right? But you also have to hit watch hours. Those rules are still the same. Even though they've added additional ways to monetize, but that's the goal that we're all kind of striving for. And then another thing that I heard was suggested was going live, right? And you can bring your audience from other platforms like, hey, I'm going live on YouTube, come da 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 da, or I'm going to be sharing XYZ on YouTube. If you want the information, you got to come meet me over there, to bring your audience to this platform and encourage them to subscribe to you as well, right, on this platform. So you have that, and that's really going to be a way for you to grow quickly. And then you'll be the one sharing your experience on how it did work, because I kid you not, I was like, if I'd have known that all I had to do was just post one little short 11,000 views, and I did not have no, that was my first one. And I want you to go back into my channel, and I want to go to my shorts, and you'll see it. You'll know exactly which one I'm talking about. It's the one that got Denzel Washington in it. It's 2025. And yes, it's the beginning of the year where we see a lot of people pop up. I know, because I was one of them. And I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this better, and I'm going to do that. And I over-analyzed every single one. I was in my head and was overthinking it. So I did one, I'm like, yeah, and I heard somebody say, oh, yeah, it was good, but I think you should. And then I ain't doing no more. Let's simplify it. Make it simple enough so that you can execute it. When you start getting into all of the complicated this and this feature, and I've been there on trainings and in courses, and I'm like, okay, go here, make sure this feature is turned on, make sure you use these tags, make sure this, make sure that. And it's like, bruh, I don't even want to do it no more. So what I'm saying is just start, simplify it so that you can execute it. That's what we need to focus on in 2025, so that we can start to see quick wins. We can get quick wins. We can start to see quick results. So that's my tidbit. I don't know how long I've been on this video. I feel like I'm kind of like ranting or whatever. Or I got on a little soapbox, but the point of this is to really encourage you to do that. Clean your camera lens. If you can, get a mic or get in a quiet place so that when we're listening to your videos, we can hear you. You have your topic, and then actually sit and talk to the people. Give them a little, a reason to stick around. If you want to say, oh, make sure the video is between 15 and 20 minutes, okay, you can do that too. Right? And then the last thing, if I had to give like a 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5, the last thing is to show up consistently. Don't just pop up and then just fall off the face of the planet. Don't do that to the people who, have done you a favor by subscribing to your channel. Show up for them. Y'all gonna see me again. You will see me again. And I have valuable things to share. I don't know everything, but the things that I do know, it will help you change your life, because it changed my life in ways. And other people who I've connected with, it's done things in their lives too. I will be bringing those things. I already am. I have a couple videos that are already up that I'm kind of beginning to talk about this stuff. So that's it. Y'all be blessed. I'm going to say a quick prayer real quick, because that's just who I am. Because I really want you all to be encouraged. Okay. So Father, in the name of Jesus, God, I thank you. I thank you for this person who's watching this video right now. I thank you that they stopped here to hear what I had to say. Father, I pray that something was heard, that they heard something that was a light bulb that went off. They heard something that encouraged them to be able to do the same thing. For Lord, we also want to say that this is a time for us all to progress and to grow. And if this is a means in which you have designated for them to use to progress and grow, let this video be a sign. Let this be something that causes them to be ignited and have fire and zeal to go ahead and tell their story, share their experience, share their knowledge, or whatever it is you put in their heart to share. Let this be the platform that you use to call them out to the nations in the name of Jesus. And Father, I just thank you. I thank you for this platform. I thank you for what we're going to use it for, to be something to build people and to build up, even to share ministry. Father, I thank you and I glorify your name. I give all the glory and praise to you in Jesus' name. Watch over this person's mind. May their ears be covered, Father, that they hear your voice encouraging them, and that they command the enemy's voice to be quiet, that is discouraging them to not do it, telling them everything that they're not. You're not good enough and you won't succeed. It's not going to work for you. It worked for them. Lord, I pray that they hear your voice and not follow the voice of the stranger. I pray this prayer in Jesus' name, amen. So that's the video. It's dark. I got to get in here to my kids. Y'all be blessed. And my man, my husband. Y'all be blessed. If you're here and you found me, love you. I'll see you again.